happy. You look happy. It's time for your main event of the evening. Big day, folks. Big day indeed. It's 45 degrees out. The sun is shining. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, which means it's time to snuggle up to your sweetheart, and that's what we're doing today.
Yeah,
You like how I spun? You like how I spun this?
yeah.
We're headed down to the boat center in Chippewa Falls to pick up our lovely lady and take her home. This might seem really early for a lot of Midwest anglers. I mean, I got off the ice, like 6 days ago? My last day, the last 4 or 5 days, I put all my ice fishing stuff away. It's open water season. We're starting early, mid-February, but I'm so excited, man. I mean, I am so lucky to obviously have my job and to work with some of the companies that I work with. One being the Boat Center, the other one being Warrior Boats. It's two of the best, types of people, companies that you can absolutely work with. So we're almost there. Smile. You're on camera. Here we are. Here it is. 2026 Warrior 2090. Same color scheme. You guys have watched this channel the last several years. You know, this is like my baby. Absolutely in love with this platform. Why am I in love with the tiller platform? Unparalleled boat control. Probably the best scoping platform, if that's something you're into, ever created. This boat was designed as a back trolling boat, but how controlled you are, a little bit narrower hull, no windshield. This boat is unbelievably nimble. Probably the best big water running boat I've ever been in my whole life. You could put these 2090s on plane, outrun almost any boat that has a windshield just because of this hull design. The boats are unbelievable. And the best part about Warrior Boats, honestly, is I've fished with the guys that make the hulls. I've fished with the guys that wire the boats. I've fished with the guys that sell the boats. So it's kind of a small, everybody. You're not going to buy another fiberglass boat where that's the case. Now, a little bit, a lot of the same stuff on this boat. Come over here, Shelves. Come over here. Come over here. One big one this year. Went from the Yamaha SHO to the big Yamaha new power steering system. So we could probably get into all the fancy technical terms about what this is right here. This is a 200 horse Yamaha tiller. It's a brand new power steering system they have. There's actually a switch right here. I got to test it a bunch this summer. So there's no switch, which for a guy that's been driving the boat off the switch, but used to be mounted up here, up the gunnel on the driver's side, is going to be a little bit of a change for me. But this motor is buttery smooth, steering in big water, high speeds at the boat ramp. And we'll show you guys a bunch of stuff on this once we get it in the water. But pretty cool. Got tested a bunch this summer. The boat's rigged with all Norsk lithium batteries. So in the bow, I got two 36 volt Norsk trolling motor batteries, heated cells. And those things basically make this boat be able to run days at a time, even when you're burning up a lot of water. Now, in the back of the boat, for running all the graphs I got in here, there's two 16 volt Norsk lithium batteries. These are going to run the graphs for days and days at a time, which is what you need if you're going to be doing a lot of traveling and fishing like this. Now, in the back, we got big 16-inch Humminbird Apex unit right here with Mega Live 2 linked up here. We'll throw a poll on this when we get home. You coming in? Now, on the bow where the action goes down up here, you can come up here, Shelves. We got two brand new. Now, I've never ran the Humminbird Explorer units in the Warrior before, but this year we got two of them right here. Now, these are the 12-inch units, and after using these units a bunch on the ice, I ran them a bunch last year on the XL boat. These units, their interface, they're super clean, they're super fast, super crystal clear, and they can do everything that the actual Apexes can do. One of the reasons I still run one Apex on here is for a video out feature, so I can record long format video. But realistically, these Explorer units are an incredible bang for their buck for what they are. Then obviously we got them encoded Ultrex at the bow with another Mega Live 2 on it. If you're a bow scoper, you like to do this kind of stuff. If it's kind of, do you want to fish with the pole? Do you want to fish with on the transducer on the trolling motor here? It's kind of personal preference. I kind of like it on the trolling motor. There it is. But the only thing I will say is by getting a track up here, you can always run another pole here and then plug a Mega Live 2 into on a pull system right there and plug it right into another one of these Explorer units. So kind of cool because you don't need the black box. With Garmin, you obviously have to run the black box. With Humminbirds, you don't need that. So you can kind of plug and play, in my opinion, a lot more in these kind of boats. Now, you guys have seen kind of the Warrior 2090 platform for a few years now. This is my favorite boat. We'll do a lot more of a walkthrough, but per usual, the guys at the boat center did an A++ job on rigging these things. This is not taking it somewhere where they're just gonna slap a graph on, run minimal power to it. You get professional tournament grade rigging when you come to a place like this. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll link the boat center down below like I always do. But are you excited?
Very excited.
This is the part where I gotta cut myself off because I could just,
You could go on.
I could go on for days. So this is it. We're gonna pick her up, drive her home, put some fishing gear in it, and then head to a lake. Here we are, taking her home, taking her home. This is like one of the greatest days of the year. Number one, you're officially done with ice season. But number two, you're taking a beautiful boat home. Good morning, folks. We're going fishing today. It's a little frosty out this morning, but not bad. You know what? There's not 3 feet of snow and ice here. Well, you guys ready to start it with me? Open water season is here. You ready? Oh, there we go, baby. We are officially back now. A welcome to Missouri. The Missouri-Arkansas border, we'll say. Last year we got to play around on some of these bodies of water down here. Didn't have as much time as I wanted. And I quickly learned that there is an abundance of walleyes and untapped walleye potential down here. And we hope to explore some of that this week. I am so happy to be off the ice and back in a boat, kicking off the 2026 open water season. It's my favorite time of year, and it makes the 14, 15-hour drive worth it. Got down here yesterday, got to fish for a little bit. Mainly just running around looking for fish. Now, obviously, I don't have much of a reference point on this lake because I've only ever been here one other time my whole life. But these big reservoir systems, number one, they're just gorgeous. Like big limestone bluffs, endless spots to fish, huge bodies of water, right? But really, for the most part, they fish pretty simply as far as like where fish are going to be, right? So a lot of these channel points, a lot of these points coming out of coves, creek arms, things like that. And we're looking for like hard bottom spots in these areas. At least that was kind of a little bit what I found today. Now today we want to play around and do some exploring a little bit, right? Water temp 46 this morning. Let's get it, baby! Gorgeous out, my friends. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Fast and slow. Move like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Or something like that. But what I mean by that is, we're gonna go real fast, spot to spot to spot. When I see something I start to like, we're gonna slow down and hit them hard, hopefully. All right, guys, we got all sorts of baits in the boat, but springtime, man, should we just start out with the jig and a minnow? If we see fish, we'll bang on them, you know? What a gorgeous, gorgeous morning, huh? Ooh, what's going on up here, huh? Oh, oh, oh. Right there, baby. Fish number 1. No! I think it's a bass. Or is it a walleye? Dang it. It's a little bass. Not a walleye. I believe this is what you'd call a small spotted bass. There's some chubby guys. They're not quite what we're after. But hey man, catching a fish on a long rod beats catching a fish on a nice rod. I can assure you of that. Wow, dude, bit it on the fall. Right there. Be a walleye. Be a walleye. Think we got a walleye. No, dude. It's a bass again. Apparently we're just on a bunch of spotted basses here. Man, these guys got some horsepower to them. Much more feisty than our northern largemouth. Come here, buddy. Come here, come here, come here. It's cold. Don't get my hands wet. Don't get my hands wet. Spotted bass. Need walleyes, though. I don't know if we're just not on walleyes yet. We'll find out. Right here. Come on. Walleye. This one's got to be a walleye. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Dude, this feels like a nice fish. This feels like a real nice fish. Oh yeah, it's a real nice walleye. It's a real nice walleye. Yes, dude. Yes. Oh my gosh, we're back. We are back. Look at that one, huh? If that's not what we're after, if that doesn't get you going on a cold February morning, come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes, man. It's not huge, but you know what, man? For first thing in the morning, at our first go at it, our first video of 2026 and about, I'm pretty happy with that. The fingers are cold, but the heart is warm. Look at that, man. Is that ever how you want to start out the new year right there? Beautiful, probably 21, maybe 22-inch walleye. Gorgeous, gorgeous fish, huh? Absolutely love it, man. Let's let him go. Oh my goodness, my friends. Oh my goodness. See you later, buddy. Well, I don't know if we're on a whole bunch of fish yet. There's some fish around. Obviously, some bass mixed in the mix, it looks like, as well. But if we keep grinding away, we're probably going to find a spot somewhere today, hopefully, where there's a whole bunch and they're willing to bite. So that's obviously the goal. But good start, good start. Yep. Be a walleye. Be a walleye. Yes, dude. Oh my goodness. We're doing it. We're doing it. I absolutely love it, man. We are freaking doing it. One thing that seems to be surprising is that obviously it's real cold out this morning. There's a lot of lakes that I fished back home where like you get these fish this time of year And or once spring gets to the northwoods. But you get these real cold, like 30-degree mornings, and it's just like, oh, it's just pulling teeth to get into the bite. I think this is just kind of how winter probably is down here. How every night's probably 30 degrees, and every day maybe it warms up to 40 or 50 degrees, and they don't seem to be as affected by it. It doesn't seem to be as painful. I'm sure that water temp just kind of bottoms out at 40 something degrees in the winter down here. And that's just kind of how it is. So these cold mornings aren't really that big of a deal, It's kind of like ice fishing back home. You don't think just because it's -5 in the morning, it warms up to 20, that the morning's going to be slow, right? Am I rambling a little bit? I don't know. Now, at some point, the minnow fun is going to stop. Because I bought these minnows at a gas station for $7 a dozen. And I was like, oh, these must be some big minnows. Look at the size of these wimpy things. For $7 a dozen. I might have got swindled. They might have seen the Wisconsin plates, the new truck, the boat, and been like, oh, we're taking this guy for a ride. Let's do a little moving around. Right there. That feels good. Super nice walleye, dude. Super nice walleye. Wow. Is that a light bite? Oh my goodness, man. It seems like they just really want that thing moving super slow. Super nice fish here, too. Look at this thing go, dude. These things are spunky down here, man. Man, I had to like double, triple check that bite. Dragging, you don't get that pop. Come on, dude. This is a good fish. This is a good fish. Oh yeah, this is the biggest one so far. Come on, dude. Don't come off. Don't come off. Don't come off. Where's my net? We want this one. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. That's a super nice walleye right there. Look at him, man. Look at him. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, yes, dude. Yes. That gets me going. You guys are probably like, how can a guy get so excited about catching walleyes in every video? I don't know, man. Part of it, it's just, like I've said 100 times in a lot of my other videos, one of my favorite things in the world is traveling around and learning new things about new places. And I'm so lucky to be able to do this for a living thanks to you guys. And I just love picking up little things about little differences, or realizing maybe the same thing, but 1,200 miles away from where I normally do it on a different lake. I'll show you guys this one. That is a good one for out here, man. 23, 24 maybe. You can get a random giant out of here, but I think this is that's one of the better ones you get in a day, is kind of what I believe. Super cool fight. Oh, and there he goes too. Wow, man. Well, I haven't found a big school. I had a little bit of cloud cover move in here. And it just kind of seems like, you go through a spot and you're like, is that a couple right there? You pitch out, you get one to go. Maybe you get a second one. But a lot of this just kind of seems like scattered so far. I haven't really found that one spot where I'm like, holy cow, it's going to really go down here. But we hope at some point we get there today. A few of the schools of fish I am seeing are spotted bass, because I pitch right in there and right away, and they bite. But that's obviously not what we're after. Although I'm sure that's probably what everybody out here is fishing for. Funny story, I was at a gas station yesterday. And obviously this is bass fishing country, right? And a guy looks at my boat and he's standing there staring at it. And he's like, what the hell is that kind of boat? Moral of the story, I don't think they see a lot of 20-foot deep V glass tillers in this part of the country. Right here. Got him. Got him. Don't be a bass. Do not jump. Do not jump. Do not jump. Gotta be a walleye. Yes, dude, it is. It is. Figuring it out. Figuring it out. Wow, not a big one here. Just kind of that average size, but just magical points. Running point to point to point to point. You find a few that got a few walleyes on them. And it seems like, from my little bit of experience down here, these ones that got like big slate, limestone, stair step type rock, less good. Not catching, really seeing much on there except for spotted bass balled up off the edge. As you would assume with walleyes, I just switched up to that chrome Pendu jig. Still one of my all-time favorites, that 1/8 ounce Pendu right there. Get you popped off. But these walleyes, like you can see on this point right here. See how it's just kind of like that mix of different kinds of rock on it? That is a gorgeous sight. Right there. Maybe we'll kind of zoom in on it here, but that is the kind of rock in which I'm looking for. That or stuff that's maybe got just a little bit more sand in it. And you can see it's not all giant rock, it's just kind of a mix. All right, let's do a little boat walkthrough. I know we did a short amount at the boat center, but kind of want to show you guys a couple cool features of this rig. We're going to start back here. This is a DC to DC charger that Norsk has. Now, the boat center rigged up a little button right here. When that is on and my motor is on, it will actually charge the lithium batteries in my boat. Now, this is kind of a newer piece of technology relatively to the boating world. And you can actually see this charger right down and in here. Try to get it to focus. That will actually power my graph batteries and trolling motor batteries while the big motor is running. So if you're someone who maybe goes off grid for a while, travels a lot, or you just want that extra step of assurance, it's probably not something you're going to use every day when you're running around on a little lake. But if you're running around big water for multiple days at a time, pretty much a mandatory deal. Also in here, the Norsk lithium. This is a 3-bank charger that Norsk makes. Now, the cool part about these is generally they recommend that you run one standard battery, a lead acid or an AGM, for your starting battery. So this charger actually will run 2 lithium batteries plus 1 standard battery. And you don't see a whole lot of charging options if you want kind of that similar battery configuration. So pretty cool there on the setup. Now, Explorer, this is actually how I kind of like running my boat, with the Explorer 12-inch in the back, one Explorer 12 up front, and then the bigger 16 for the scoping setup, right? The first day I fished, I went through massive amounts of frustration, and I was like, the boat center rigged my boat incorrectly. Because what was happening was my top graph was reading the live deucer in the back, and my back graph was reading the live deucer on the trolling motor. And I was like, there must be an Ethernet port that switched around. So I kind of did a little bit of research and used AI, which is maybe going to kill us all one day, but also extremely useful. I said how to toggle Humminbird live transducers. Now, I didn't even know this was an option to have multiple on the same network like this. But if you come up here to the settings once you're on the forward facing here, come back down to the settings button at the bottom here on the menu, Mega Live Source, you can actually toggle. You can see I labeled them now, my stern deucer and my bow deucer. I can now actually toggle transducers. So you can see that one's pointed right at the shore right now, which is where this is looking. Let's say obviously we don't want it set up like this, but it might be a cool feature for like trolling or doing something else, right? Now I can flip back to the bow, and I'm reading everything that's off the trolling motor. Kind of a unique little feature, which I did not know about. And the more you know, the less you can get frustrated, which is what happened to me the other day. So the boat center did not ring it wrong. I did not comprehend what was going on. So a couple pretty cool features there. Obviously, Warrior 2090, probably the coolest fishing platform of all time. My first review on the big new Yamaha, super cool. So I kind of want to show you this real quick. Now, the second I start the motor, the power steering engages, right? So it's super easy to steer. Now, you have an adjustment dial right here. And if you move it all the way to the negative, that's going to it's going to engage the power steering less. Now, when would you want it really stiff? Well, you'd probably want it really stiff if you were running a long ways, fishing big waves, things like that. You'd probably want it pretty tight. When would you want it pretty loose? Probably when you're just putting around, maybe idling on a spot or loading the boat, right? So this feature does not engage until you hit 2,000 or 2,500 RPMs or something like that. So like you can keep it really stiff for your big runs, let's say, and while you're just putting around the boat ramp, it's going to be super loosey-goosey. But the second you hit that 2,500 and above RPM, it engages and it stiffens up for running. Kind of a pretty cool feature. So that's just one of the things I really liked. Obviously, Yamaha is known for the fact they're basically indestructible, and just how low maintenance these things are. I mean, this is like my 4th or 5th one now. Never had a problem with any of them. So kind of cool there. And obviously, they're just super smooth and quiet running engines. But just a few of the features on this boat I kind of want to show you guys as I kind of get to know it more. Some things that might be cool to you guys maybe. Yep, he didn't eat the jerkbait, but he ate the jig in the minnow. Did not eat the jerkbait, did not want to play on that. But he said yes please to the old jig and minnow. We're having a ball now, obviously. This is everything I wanted today to be. I think our average size overall is pretty damn good too. You can't complain about this. I mean, here's another probably 20-inch walleye right here. Come here, dude. Come here, dude. We'll go ahead and scoop you up, I guess. We'll go ahead and scoop you up. There's a bunch of bass boats out today. I don't think they even care what I'm doing out here. They're all in the back of the coves, too. Apparently, that's where the basses be living. It's probably a 20-inch fish right there. Should we bump board one just to see how close we are? 20 on the nuts. 20 on the nuts. Beautiful walleyes, dude. The southern swing. I actually don't know how far, like the farthest south walleye in the United States lives. Certainly farther than we are. It would be cool some trip just to go to the furthest south. Probably somewhere in Texas. I know there's a few walleyes in Arizona or something like that, and a few reservoirs. Pretty unreal, huh? Yep, dude, I mean, we're on them right now. We are just on them. Is everything on? Now it's on. Not big. Smallest one of the day. This point is juiced with them. Maybe we'll do a little side imaging drive through here so you guys can kind of see what we're looking at. You can see a lot of these fish, most of them on side imaging, and obviously using the forward facing to kind of pick them apart a little bit, but there is a pile of them here, that is for sure. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. We're in heaven today, man. Gorgeous weather. It's finally warming up today. The wind didn't kick up quite as bad as I thought. Now we're on a pile. You know, last year when we came here, we're actually like probably 15, 20 miles the other way. These reservoir systems are absolutely massive, right? And the water is probably like 10 or 12 feet lower this year. And there's so much standing timber in one end of this lake that I think to like actually get there, I'd be idling for 10 miles, which would obviously suck unless we want to really chance it with a new boat, which we're not about that. So we kind of had to relearn a bunch of stuff. But one thing you see, obviously, when you have way less flow in a river system, right, that's feeding a lake, is generally what you're going to see is more fish out in the lake and less fish actually running up a lot of these rivers or creeks or things like that because there's such a little flow. So obviously looking at the bank, like we've showed, there's tons of like spawning type looking points. And so a lot of these fish probably lake spawn. And we see this happen all the time. You know, let's take like the Mississippi River, for example. Really low flow year. You have a lot less fish actually seemingly make it all the way up to those dam areas, and a lot more fish maybe downriver, maybe out in a lake a little bit more, and actually spawning on a lot of that stuff just because there's less of that current to really pull those fish way upriver. And that could very well be what's happening this year. All right, so this is kind of what we're looking at on this spot here. Up in real tight to shore, it's a little bit more sand. And then I kind of got this like rocky lip out here. And that lip kind of starts obviously right in that area right there. And if we come back over to forward facing, you're going to be able to see this pretty good. So like there's that drop off, right? That's real gravelly and rocky. A little bit softer, a little bit sandier on top. Kind of flip back and forth here so you guys can kind of see everything we're seeing here as we kind of put through it. And a lot of times it seems like right tight to that rock on the inside, right before it starts breaking, is kind of where I'm seeing most of these fish up in here. Some of them are obviously out on this rock too, right where it breaks off even further. And there's a couple of brush piles up in here. There's just kind of all sorts of stuff going on. And it's actually right at the intersection between a main channel and a creek arm that goes down here. So it's kind of got just everything you want in a spot going on, right? Then you start getting stuff that looks like this. Obviously, here's a couple fish, right? Tucked up in here on the sand. Pretty easy to see. White dash, streak behind it. Another little cluster of them right there. Now, a lot of these ones, there must be some kind of like rough fish or something in here. I don't know if it's big gizzard shad or whatever it is. Sometimes you'll see just a real tight bundle of stuff that looks just like kind of crappie sized or panfish size. Obviously not focusing too much on that, but individual single marks that look closer to stuff like this or stuff like this is kind of what's, you know, piquing my interest into a spot. Then obviously we come back over to like, let's say the forward facing here, and it's real easy to kind of spin that deucer around and get right back up on some of those fish like that right there. This week on Tom's culinary experience, we have pre-made venison tacos. I'm really getting creative on the jet boil meals lately. Number one, it saves a bunch of time. Number two, it's actual real food. And it saves a bunch of money too. Now this, my friends, is living. That might be the best one yet. Venison, a little bit of rice, peppers, jalapeno peppers, a little cheese on there, a little taco sauce. Got him, baby. It's gonna be another little walleye, man. Another little walleye. Speechless, right? I mean, I was hoping we'd come out today and get a video. Wasn't really sure. But I mean, it's 11 o'clock and we've caught well over 12 fish, I would say, total. I don't know if they're how many we're going to actually make into a video, but that minnow is 100% the key. It's just pretty gosh darn flat calm out here. And I feel like we've got a pretty good program to run with for the rest of the day. That's always the goal. You know, it's always nice coming to a new place and catching a fish or two. But when you feel like you got an actual program dialed, then that's like the ultimate success, right? Because now we've ran 4, 5, 6 different spots that kind of look like this, and we found fish on them, which is a really good sign. Over probably 7, 8 miles of water. If there was one thing that made the biggest difference today, it was slowing down for me. Just filmed a quick walleye now segment on this whole thing. It's a good reminder no matter where you fish, because I've learned this lesson the hard way. way too many times to keep doing it, because I think I like to fish fast and aggressive and do these things. So something you're interested in, good tip, anywhere you might be fishing in the spring, jump over the Walleye Now app, look under those newest uploads or recent uploads, you'll find that video right there. Kick the feet up, recline the chair. That is our first video of 2026. That was fun. I'm having just an absolute ball down here. Like I said in the intro, this is my second day down here now. Yesterday just kind of ran around a little bit, did some preliminary scout work, and it seems like these fish move a lot, like up and down the system, it seems like. And then the other thing it seems like is you might go 2 or 3 points that's like, man, these look like fish. These look like walleyes, you know? And then you get to one and you catch 5. It seems like they just kind of fire differently. And if you get on one of those points that fires, you're in the game. But it is nice to be off the ice. It is good to be in the Warrior. It is good to have a good day. The sun is shining. I am a happy guy. And we're going to film some Walleye Now stuff this afternoon, some stuff for some upcoming seminars this afternoon, and then do it all again tomorrow. So I appreciate you guys watching. You guys saw it, boat pickup. We didn't film the drive down because nobody wanted to see my road rage, but in the first video in the Warrior. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're still on the ice up there in the northern Midwest, stay strong. I'm thinking of you. You only got a couple months left, and but I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you on the next one.